welcome to another episode of Geek Bro Inc. I'm Shani. Today we're going to be talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have quite a few Funkos from Avatar and a few other merchandise and shirts. Avatar has really taken a lot of my money.
We interrupt this program for a very special announcement. Just remember, there's no war in Ba Sing Se. Okay? It's very important you know that. No war.
And this is Avatar Aang with Momo, and not the bad pronunciation from the movie of which we do not speak that does not exist. This is the latest one of my... Nope, that's not true. This is one I got recently from another comic shop nearby. It's definitely cool because he's got the swishy air, which I think is really cool. If you see, you can also see the back of the other Funkos you can get in this collection, and I think I have a few of them. They did release a couple new ones, and I have those to show you as well. So we're just gonna let Aang just chill right here. The latest one I got was Fire Lord Ozai. I like this one because he's got that ring of fire underneath him. He's very menacing, and he definitely is someone who you don't want to mess with.
Unless you're the Avatar. Then you can mess with them.
And then this also has the ones that are a part of the collection. I believe I have just one other one, and which is Azula, which I will show you next. So we'll put Fire Lord Ozai off to the side. And here we have Princess Azula, who, you know, a lot is said about her. She was 14 when all this went down. People say she is just a product of her environment, of what the Fire Lord did. I think she's still a really bad character, but she was definitely...
Hey, she had a chance to be like a normal chick at that party. Remember?
The beach?
Yeah, the party.
The episode was called The Beach.
Yeah, and then she went up to this dude. She's like, "You're cute, and together we will rule with an iron fist." And he's just like, "Okay."
Yeah, that's just how high-strung Azula is. And so she's, as you can see, she's got her lightning ready to go. Then we have everyone's favorite uncle, Uncle Iroh, with his cup of tea. And Uncle Iroh is just one of the greatest characters ever in the world, bar none. He could lift Thor's hammer. I don't care what anybody else says. He's the best. And he's everyone's uncle. And he gives the best advice from, I'm spacing on all of his words of wisdom.
Yeah, he gives great advice. Like, you remember, like...
You remember.
Yeah, like that one time?
Oh, the one that I always enjoy is that it's always best to believe in oneself, but a little encouragement from others goes a long way, which is always a great one to have.
You can do it.
You can do it. And tea, always good with the tea. And we have everyone's favorite prince. This is long-haired Zuko. You can also get ponytailed Zuko.
Wait, hold on.
As you can see from the box.
No, that's a misprint. His scar's on the wrong eye.
His scar is not on the wrong side.
Yeah, it's on the wrong side.
His scar. This is hair Zuko, and
Hair Zuko.
Hair Zuko because he has hair.
Because he didn't have hair before?
No, because his head was shaven, like on the sides, and he had ponytail, so he was ponytail Zuko at that time.
So he had man bun?
No, he just had a ponytail.
Ponytail bun at Zuko?
Right here. There's ponytail Zuko.
Yeah, see that one, the scar's on the wrong side too.
So those are the Funko Pops that I currently have of Avatar. I also have the Avatar The Promise comic. This basically tells the story of what happened to Zuko's mom. For those who don't know, you should read the comic. It'll tell you all about it. It's very colorful. You can see all of the stuff. You can see him as Fire Lord. You can see Suki and everything else that goes on in here. And there's the king, and that was the end.
Do you think Toph could beat Firelord?
I know she could. This is the promise. I know there's a lot more in this series with the comics, and then there's also, for those who also do like to read, I don't have these in book form. I have them on my audiobook, which is The Rise of Kyoshi, which Kyoshi in the books and Kyoshi in the TV show are two different Kyoshis. Kyoshi in the book is a lot more reserved, a lot more to herself, less murdery, and Kyoshi in the show was like, let's murder, which is not Kyoshi's way.
But if you take away anything, just remember, there's no war in Ba Sing Se.
And for those who don't know, the Walmarts, I don't know if these are Walmart exclusives, but I've only seen them at Walmart's, is that they did get action figures. I currently only have 3, because I just got Appa. And I will bring them on. We have Ponytail Zuko with his fire. Right there. And then we have Aang with his glider closed. You can buy the glider open, and I think you can make him fly around. There's his closed glider. It doesn't like to stick on his hand. I can't get him to stay up. I can get Zuko to stand up perfectly fine. And now he's not. There we go. See, he's standing up well.
Yeah, see, it'll go in his hand.
Aang just doesn't like to stay standing. And then the latest purchase I got was our big boy Appa. I'm gonna move those guys out the way. This is Appa. He's the flying bison companion to Aang and his spirit animal on his journey.
Yeah, but he's not for, like, circus showing.
No, he is not. And that was for anyone who didn't know, and you probably do know, that episode actually won, Appa's Lost Days actually did win an award for talking about the treatment of animals in circuses. I believe that was won by I believe that was an ASPCA award. So we like the ASPCA, we don't like PETA. So I'm going to cut this box open to get Appa out. I know with the other action figures, I have seen people talking about Katara and Sokka. I don't know if there is a Toph, but there should be. I'm not sure. I just know that there is a Katara and a Sokka, but they have been sold out every single time I have gone to the store. And also trying to get into these is also trying to get into the most difficult thing in the world, because I want to make sure this is a struggle. Sorry about that. It was just difficult to get Appa out of his box. As you can see, we had a lot of wires to cut through. May not seem like 2, but there was a lot. And we had all of those. Sorry about that. And now we have our best boy, Appa, the flying bison, who, this is really cool. You can move his head like this. You can move back and forth. And his tail came separately, or it came apart, but you can move it side to side. It looks like this is also on a ball joint. And you have their pack. And then if you look in the saddle, you got a little pillow in there as well. And some blankets and stuff. And it looks like that Aang we put him sitting down. Like Aang can somewhat fit in there. Can like chillax as he's waiting for his next adventure with the Avatar, being the Avatar.
He is the Avatar.
He is the Avatar.
He's waiting for the next Avatar.
He is. Well, he's got to die, and then the next Avatar will come.
Well, who's the Avatar after him?
It would be Korra. Korra is the next Avatar. A lot of people have mixed opinions about Legend of Korra. I did enjoy it. I like the character. I like the character development of Korra, Mako, Bolin, Asami. Let's be honest, Asami is a babe and does deserve to be with Korra because they were a great couple. Spoilers.
You know you're supposed to say spoilers first, right?
Yeah. Spoilers. They didn't exactly like kiss or anything, but they like walked off together holding hands, which I thought was a nice way to end it. And you know, we have our favorite character of Varric and Julie do the thing. You know what I'm talking about?
What thing?
Do the thing.
What thing?
That's what he always says to
He
Julie.
says do the thing.
He's like, Julie, do the thing. And then like in the series finale, she's like, there are no more things to be done. And he was just like, wow.
Oh, she was that one secretary girl, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then they got married. And he's like, will you do the thing with me? And then that's how they got married. And then she's like, this is how I always imagined being proposed. I'm like, Julie is the best. A, because she is the best. And B, she doesn't deserve Varric. But that's not the point. Yeah, Legend of Korra also does continue in the comics. I don't have any Legend of Korra comics on me, but I believe you can probably get them at Barnes & Nobles or
your local retail bookstore.
Local retail bookstore. I'm sure. I don't really know who's after Korra. I think from what I saw, it was an earthbender named, if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I do apologize, Genji, believe is the next one, which takes place. I know a lot of people have written fanfic about him, and I think it takes place in like quote unquote modern times because Korra took place during essentially what was the 1920s ish, during the Industrial Revolution.
The Roaring 20s.
The Roaring 20s is kind of where it was. There was just a few things I didn't like about Legend of Korra. I really wish we would have known more of what happened with Sokka and Suki, because Suki was just kind of like non-existent, and then we only saw Sokka in flashbacks when he was chieftain. I would have liked to see more of his life, because it seemed like he died young, from what Korra said.
He died young at 160.
No, not Aang. Sokka, he died young, from what it seemed.
I think he went looking for his boomerang and just
Never
walked
came
off a
back.
cliff. He never came back. He went jogging in the woods and just never came back.
But I really wish they would have done more on their story, or done like the adult version of them in the non-sexual way, but like when they're in their like 20s, 30s, because they were, when we saw them, they were 16. The old Zuko was the oldest at 16, and then it was Sokka, Katara, Aang, and Toph. I believe Aang and Toph were relatively the same age.
Yeah, relatively the same age at, what was it, 11 and 105?
Well, you know,
roughly the same age.
You know what I mean. That Aang was 12 when he went into the ice, so he was 112 when he came out. But Toph is also 12, so they like still see him as 12. Katara's 14, Sokka is 15, and Zuko is 16, and Azula is 14. I know all her ages because that's my life.
And how many times have you watched the whole series?
This year?
This week?
I haven't picked it up this week. I finished the series, I think, about a month ago.
For the, how many times is that? The 25th, 26th
I would
time?
say this year, I think I've watched it about 7 times this year. In total, I've probably watched it maybe 10 times, 10 or 12 times. But I know there's people who've watched it a lot more than I have, who dissect every single second of every single clip on what does this mean, and
What does this mean?
what does this mean? Does him throwing his hat mean something? You know, things like that. I
Did
feel like
she teach Aang to be a bloodbender?
bloodbending was illegal, so no. Aang made bloodbending illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he would have taught.
Did Toph teach him metal bending?
I don't know. I mean, those are questions. Those are good questions that we'd like to have answered.
Did he teach him to lightning bend?
Well, he never learned how to lightning bend.
Didn't he?
No, he learned how to redirect lightning. There is a difference. Because he taught him how to redirect lightning, and Aang did learn how to redirect lightning. But I don't think he ever learned how to conjure lightning.
Yeah, but Azula did, and she shot Aang in the back like a coward.
Like a coward. That is a coward's move, to shoot someone in the back. And Azula she had so much potential. She could have turned her life around, been with Zuko, and I think they do show that in the comics as well, because she essentially was imprisoned, and I think she escaped, or he let her go.
But what was the name of that contest they had? It's like the Kagath, but
Agni Kai.
Yeah, an Agni Kai.
An Agni Kai.
For those who don't know, the Kagath is Sith versus Sith, power base versus power base. Star Wars. Another topic.
For another day. Agni Kai is Firebender versus Firebender, which is why Katara did not win the final Agni Kai.
Oh boy.
Zuko won the final Agni Kai because he was able to knock Azula off of her feet. That is why he won. You can fight me in the comics.
In the comics?
In the comics.
Yeah. Go ahead and illustrate your own graphic novel of you fighting, her with your words or whatever. It's your comic. Do whatever you want, brah.
In the comments.
And go ahead and submit it.
Submit it to us.
And
I will show it.
Submit your comic to the comments.
On why you believe Katara won the Agni Kai. But because Agni Kai is Firebender versus Firebender. Katara has never been a Firebender. She's a Waterbender. Just because she is a Bender doesn't mean she can win. As soon as Azula realized she lost, she's just like, I'm gonna make this not fair, and I'm gonna shoot Katara with some lightning. And then Zuko's like, no. So it's basically once Zuko knocked Azula off of her feet is when Zuko won the Agni Kai.
He was like, no.
Well, it was Azula that went, no.
Yeah, but you don't have that figure.
I don't. But I did like the Agni Kai fight. It was very well done. And I also like with it also being with Aang fighting Fire Lord. What was I could honestly talk about Avatar The Last Airbender for probably a good hour. But I'm sure you guys don't want to hear that.
If you want to hear it more, please let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, make another comic on why you want to hear more, and then submit it in the comments.
Like I said, I love Avatar. It's such a great show. It has such great meaning and it's not just for kids. People say, oh, well, it's a kid's show. It's a great show.
It's for bros, too.
For bros. It is for all the bros in all the world. It's such a great show. It has such positive meaning. It has such great character development from not just Zuko, but from Aang.
And Appa. Don't mess with Appa.
Don't mess with Appa, because he will push you off of a boat. And if you don't remember that was like in the first episode when Appa was just like, nah, bro, and he pushed someone off of a boat. If you don't remember that, I think it was like in episode 1 or 2. I think it was in The Boy in the Iceberg or The Avatar Returns. It's in one of those 2 episodes. Anyways, if you'd like me to talk more about Avatar, let me know in the comments. If you want to hear more about any other fun topic, let us know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help with everything that we're doing. Until next time, have a great one.
Have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow.